It's not every day that I'm surprised when it comes to Pokemon cards, right? I mean, I've seen some really bizarre, exciting, reckless, and even abhorrent things while being involved in this hobby. From cards skyrocketing in value with no end in sight, to cards breaking previous price records, to videos of people trampling over each other fighting for product. But honestly, Journey Together selling out is something that took me for a huge surprise. Not because Pokemon cards are booming or because cards are just the hottest things right now. What has truly surprised me about Journey Together and the whole situation is that there is absolutely no reason for it to have had this response. I mean, go buy some Journey Together products. They're literally sold out everywhere. No matter where you look, you won't be able to get this product. Though this has actually made me kind of sad because there's something unique that's happened with Journey Together. And it kind of was the first set that sold out before we even knew what the quality of the set will be. I mean, with Surging Sparks, it was available for pre-orders and everything looked fine. And once we slowly got the reveals of the cards inside Surging Sparks, then the interest started picking up. And then when the collectors saw the Latias and the Pikachu and the Milotic, and people were like really sold on the set, and then it eventually got sold out. And with Prismatic Evolutions, I mean, we had the knowledge that it was going to be an EV themed set. And to be fair, you could still pre-order it for a little while before the situation became what it was today. But Journey Together is a kind of new beginning for Pokemon cards. I mean, it sold out straight away, and at that time we had maybe like 6 cards revealed from the set. So it's showing us that the quality of the set is not even important anymore, and the fact that they're just Pokemon cards will now do the job, though believe me, this will backfire. However, before we get into this topic, I just want to say, if you are new here, my name is Phil. I run this Pokemon collecting and investing YouTube channel. Please feel free to subscribe to stay in the loop for Pokemon related content and to be part of the community. Though we've been getting some more reveals of the artworks of Journey Together, and I suppose it's slowly picked up, but still it's wild to see that it's sold out at this point. Now here's the thing with Journey Together, right? I'm not saying that the set's bad. I'm not saying that it's not good. I'm not saying that it's even that great. What I am saying is the paradigm has shifted for collectibles. It's not anymore now just, Evolving Skies, look at the Umbreon, look at the Sylveon VMAX, look at the Leafeon VMAX, look at the Dragonite V. I want that set, and then the demand comes because the quality, right? The problem we have with Journey Together selling out with 1 hour is that people don't even care about the quality of the cards inside the set. It's all about just having the new Pokemon card. Now also, I just want to say, I actually am going live and giving away 50 packs of Terastal Festival on Drip Shop Live. So today's video is sponsored by Drip. It's a great platform with an awesome community to engage in live streaming events, though I am hosting this giveaway completely for free, and it will be on January 26th, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, to participate in the giveaway, you will need a Drip account, though the best part is if you sign up using my referral code, you get up to a $250 credit when you join. So feel free to sign up using the link in the description, and I'll see you on the day. I mean, I get it. Evolving Skies selling out made so much sense, right? I mean, no one's going to deny why it sold out and why it had so much hype. Pokemon 151 being so much in demand right now and everyone wanting it. It's a high quality set. Surging Sparks, same thing. But with Journey Together, even though it might be an amazing set, even though the artworks might get better and better and better, it still doesn't really warrant it selling out on the day of release. So right now I'm on Journey Together, right? And I'm looking at some of the cards. Now I'm going to just give you some of my own opinions. This is what's been revealed so far. So the set definitely looks interesting. I personally think it will be good because usually how it works is when you get later on in the generation's life cycle, the quality just gets better and better. That's usually how history has kind of shown us how Pokemon sets work. That doesn't mean that it's going to always be good. I mean, you can get something like, that's a bit of a misstep. I mean, even the last set of Sword and Shield was Silver Tempest. Now, right now, everyone's got the perceptions changed and everyone's saying, wow, Silver Tempest is awesome. But really, when Silver Tempest was revealed and released, it was kind of like, okay, you've got the Lugia V, but it was kind of a one-horse race. That was really all you had. You did have the Regidrago, which was okay. Then you had the Skuntank V and all these other kind of things, but it wasn't really as good as Lost Origin. It was nowhere near Evolving Skies or Fusion Strike level. So even though it was the final expansion pack of Sword and Shield, it still wasn't that liked by collectors when it came out. So that can kind of happen with a new set as well. So that's why it can backfire, right? Now, I'm looking at some of the Journey Together cards, right? So one of the ones that's actually looking pretty cool is the Articuno illustration rare. Now, it's not a special illustration rare. I think if this was an SIR, yes, there would be a huge high demand. It would only make this set even more desired. Thankfully, it is an illustration rare because I do speak about this a lot. If you do get some of these really quality illustration rares, but they're not SIRs, it can help calm the price down. So it's very likely that given the circumstances, this won't be, you know, something like a $200 to $300 card because it is an illustration rare. But given how in demand Journey Together is and where Pokemon cards are at the moment, I can't really predict where they're going to go. That's kind of a little issue I'm dealing with right now, is because I always had this really good feeling of where prices would go with cards. Right now, that's slipping away for everyone because we really don't know where the price is going to end up with any of these cards. But nonetheless, the Articuno is looking really cool. I do think this artwork is gorgeous and it's a good reveal. Moving on to another really interesting artwork. This is actually a pretty cool artwork from Journey Together as well. It has had some missteps, which I will be going into, but this one is definitely really cool. The Wailord illustration rare, very unique, looking like an awesome card, great artistic approach. And of course, it's going to be exciting. We haven't really had a Wailord as an illustration rare or special illustration rare, so it's good to see it getting some representation in the TCG. You know, it is a Generation 3 Pokemon, very loved, pretty iconic for its time in Hoenn. I do think it's a quirky artwork. I think it's got some real good character about it, and I think it's actually going to be a quite desired card. Whether or not for pricing, like I said, we don't know where it's going to go, but I do think this will be a pretty desired card by collectors. Now, moving on to the Furret, I think this card is kind of weird to me. It looks very hyper realistic in a way. I don't like these kind of art styles. It kind of creeps me out a little bit, but, you know, it's something different. Why not? I know a lot of people would probably like it because it is different and unique. Though again, they have taken a bit of a different approach with the art style. Now, also just a little bit of a quick update. If you are looking to stay up to date for, you know, live stream giveaways and connect with the Pokemon community, a great resource is my channel's Discord server. You can ask questions, talk about grading, and get Pokemon news updates. You'll also be first in line to be notified about giveaways. The server invite for the Discord is in the description of this video. So here's some more cards within the set, right? So we have the Iono and Wattrel. Now, this is obviously, Iono is always going to have a lot of demand. She's a very loved character of Generation 9. You know, she was a streamer, you know, very modern, this, that, trending kind of character. So, you know, interesting card. I do think with battle partners coming out, this will be a very expensive card. Then again, the art style is very in your face. I'm noticing with Journey Together, the colors and even the booster box design, when you're looking at it, they're very pastel, they're very in your face, very fluorescent, right? These kind of cards, it's going to be cool to see how kind of people respond to the artworks and the prices. The biggest problem that I have, and the reason why it's kind of making me kind of feel like, is this going to be a good set? Is it worth it? It's kind of, the whole situation has kind of bummed me out a little bit, is because, like I said, does this Iono and Wattrel, or does the Iono and Killer Wattrel cards deserve the set to be sold out on release? Probably not, right? If we actually look at that, some of the reveals of these cards do not really justify it selling out. I mean, Prismatic Evolutions makes more sense. 32 special illustration rares, and most of them were revealed or leaked before the kind of situation got like that. This is completely different. All the hype beasts that are jumping in right now, all this is where the crossroad can happen and it can become problematic, right? Whatever, people are taking their gamble with Journey Together, they're just buying it, they're gonna think it's a good set. But each set that releases after this, if this continues, you're going to get a set that's not really liked that much by fans. And you know what's going to happen then? A lot of the hype beasts entering aren't going to get their fix. They're not going to be able to flip their products because printing demand has met up. Quality, a lot of people would be like, oh, these cards aren't that interesting. And guess what? That's when it gets backfired, right? That's when it can kind of cause some problems for people. I mean, like, we all would be pretty happy to see scalpers kind of get what they deserve when they're buying out, you know, truckloads of product. Though, again, this is why the Journey Together situation is getting quite challenging for a lot of people. Moving on to the Lycanroc illustration rare. Yes, cool card. Yes, interesting. But then again, you know, same kind of thing like an Infernape illustration rare. Here we have Hop's Wooloo illustration rare. Very unique, artistic style. Hop's a cool character. You know, it is bringing a bit of Gala vibes as well. It's kind of cool because you're getting kind of the best of Gala and Paldea within this kind of set. But then again, I do think people are going to learn some pretty harsh lessons with this set. Moving on to the special illustration rares of the set. So here we have the Iono and Bellybot. Again, cool Iono, interesting. Though again, when I'm looking at this card, it really does not warrant it selling out within the first hour. We don't have the reveals. We don't even know how good the quality is going to be. You know, like I said, it might be good. Look, it's very likely that Journey Together will pick up, and when we get more of the reveals, it might be one of the best sets ever. I don't know that. But then again, do you know what I do know? I know that I don't know what the cards are going to be. And that's why I'm not like going to be like, I'm not going to buy a case of Journey Together. Because if you did buy a case right now of Journey Together, you just don't know what you're buying into. It's literally just like, oh, they're just Pokemon cards, right? They're just going to be, good. But, it can be a situation like you might get a Darkness Ablaze. How do you know you're not going to get a Rebel Clash, Right now it's looking okay, but how do you know that won't happen? Do you know what I mean? This is the problem right now. People are just buying these sets haphazardly. It's a Pokemon set. Wow. It's a Pokemon set. Everything we got in it. Oh, the Glory of Team Rocket set that's coming out. We're going to go as hard as we can. But yeah, okay, it's very likely that the Glory of Team Rocket set will be good. Though that's where Pokemon has to come in and say, you know what? Are we going to up the printing demand? A decision has to be made by Pokemon right now. It cannot really continue this way because, like I said, we're in those later stages of Scarlet and Violet, meaning the quality is going to start getting better, and better. Now, if you've got more people coming in, more people who want Pokemon cards, and the quality gets better, and better, you're in a really difficult position to get product, right? Everyone that's watching this right now will be in a difficult position to get product, and that's kind of what we want to avoid, right? Moving on to another interesting one is the Hops Zacian. I do like this card. So here is a really, really cool card. I think this is a really unique artwork. Probably my favorite so far from what's been revealed from Journey Together. Though then again, one card really isn't enough to kind of sell it out. And especially it is Zacian, right? It's not an Umbreon. It's not a Rayquaza. It's not even a Mewtwo, right? So, does Zacian have the same pull power of those? Of course it doesn't, right? But Zacian is liked. It is a pretty newer Pokemon, right? Considering all things considered, but it doesn't have the pull power of those old OG Pokemon that, get so many people wanting to buy the set. So this is where we're sitting at right now. But even when we're looking at Journey Together's prices on eBay, check this out. Here we go. I'm on the US eBay. You can see Journey Together right now. You can just see what it's listed at, right? 178 USD. 240 USD. Here you have a booster bundle, 6 packs, 55 US. Then you've got a case, a pre-sale case for 2,175. Come on, this is wild, and this is where the only way this is going to get fixed, because you're not going to be able to stop the scalpers. Everyone's like, oh, stores need to put these pre-order limits. I want that as well. Don't think I don't want that. I'd love that, right? If every store, but that's kind of now, we're kind of like, shifting the responsibility to the store, but really the responsibility's on Pokemon. They just need to print more until scalpers, it just becomes no point to buy that much product because the secondary market won't get these prices. The whole reason why scalping is such a problem right now is because what you're seeing on the secondary market. When a case for pre-sale and they have the confidence to ask for 2,100 USD for a case, you got to really think of that, right? To have the confidence to list that means you think you can sell that, right? That's when things will recover. I'm all for stores limiting orders, right? I really like that. But what's really hard as well is I'm seeing so many local card stores right now and local game shops, small businesses. They're having to take these proactive approaches of ripping off the shrink wrap for Prismatic Evolutions to ensure that people don't resell it. That is a really good initiative, but really it's crazy that small businesses need to take that initiative and Pokemon isn't. It's not on businesses selling the product to now have to limit things and to take off shrink wrap and to make sure everyone can get product. It really comes down to the distribution and printing demands of Pokemon and what they need to do. We can see where Journey Together is going. We know where Team Rocket's going to go. We can all foreshadow that right now. So it is very, very likely that Pokemon will need to up the printing demand. Interesting things within this hobby are happening. More and more people are coming in, and I'm really excited as well to see how the hobby's going to grow from this, because don't forget, guys, as well, if you are getting new in the hobby, don't kind of get disheartened as well, because now the products are getting better, now the quality is getting better, but also more fans are entering, more kids are entering, more younger generations are entering, meaning more nostalgia for the future. This is the cool part about what's happening right now. All what you're seeing right now is gonna make so many memories for the future, and it's gonna be so cool, man. Some of the chase cards of this era, what's gonna happen in 10 years from today, 15 years today or 20 years from today when that nostalgia spike peaks. When the nostalgia comes in for this era, some of these cards are going to be so heavily desired and it's going to make so many memories for people. So it's also a really interesting time to be involved in this hobby. Now, as much as Journey Together is looking promising, I do think the situation is quite bad at the moment. I hope Pokemon will actually up the printing demands to ensure fans can get some new products. Though, what will happen if they don't? Well, I suppose we're looking at a similar situation to Evolving Skies, and I personally feel Evolving Skies was actually the first point where Pokemon cards changed for good, and you can see how Evolving Skies changed Pokemon within this video here. Within this video, I actually uncover the dark side of Evolving Skies and cover the changes and shifts that happened when it released. Click the video that's appearing on screen to learn more about that there.